Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown.
Hello, you're with Libby Dyson from libbystampz.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you spending time with me. Now today we're going to do the spotlight technique, and we're using Painted Poppies and Peaceful Moments. Now these two come as separate bundles with dies, or you can buy them in the suite with using a one number. So check that out on my blog. Alright, so we're going to get started, and I've already got my Stamparatus loaded up with my stamps where I want them. And I'm going to bring in a piece of soft sea foam and just add my magnet to that. One of the good things about using your Stamparatus is that you can also see where your die is going to cut when you cut out by placing it on the top, and then you can fiddle around with your stamps if you need to. Alright, so I'm just going to use my embossing buddy. Now here's another tip. Use an elastic band to attach your embossing buddy to your Versamark, and then you won't ever forget to use it when you're embossing. It just helps cut down the static. It'll help cut down the oils from your fingerprints as well. Give it a good ink up, stamp down. So this is soft sea foam cut to 14.4 by 10 centimeters. I've already done a piece of shimmery white with the same sentiments and images, and it's also cut to 14.4 by 10 centimeters. Now when I'm demonstrating, I just use a wet white to put under my stamps until I'm finished. It saves time during the video. Alright, now my soft sea foam, I'm going to use white Stampin' Emboss powder on it, and this will give us a nice resist technique as well. So you're getting a few techniques with this video, and all these supplies are available in my online store, and I'd love you to shop with me. Alright, and then with my piece of shimmery white, I'm going to emboss that with copper. Now when I'm embossing these, I'll fast forward the video so you don't have to listen to the noise or wait for it to emboss. Give it a bit of a tap, and that gets rid of any excess embossing powder. Alright, then bring in your heat tool. Make sure you heat it up a little bit and then heat set your embossing. Alright, both those pieces are embossed now. Now we're going to come in and do a bit of resist on this soft sea foam one. And I've got my sponge Brayers here. I'll use this one and some old olive. And you can do this with sponges or a distress tool of any sort. Just make sure you've got some scrap paper underneath. Ink up in one direction till you think you've got a good coverage. Start off your paper and go. Alright. Always start off your paper. I'm just wanting to give sort of a ground and an in-between sort of effect. I'll turn it around. Now by going in one direction, you're not getting a lot of the same colour ink in one spot. But you can go backwards and forwards on your card, and you can see that ink resist coming up nicely there. Just a little bit more green. I just want to get rid of that stripe if I can. Alright, that'll do. Okay, then I'm going to come in with some Cajun Craze, I think, and just do the top part. Alright, same principle again, ink up in one direction, and we're going to come in and do the top. Start off your page, off your card, and just come in like that. And I'm just wanting to do a little bit there, just to give it a bit of colour. I'll do a bit darker here. Turn it around. Alright, and then I'm going to come in with some Calypso Coral. So I've used Old Olive, Cajun, Craze, and the middle's going to be Calypso Coral. And because it's in sort of the same sort of colour family, you can use the same brayer. I have cleaned it off a little bit. Alright, so you come in and start off again and go across the middle and down into that green and up into the Calypso Coral. Right, I'm just going to turn it around. Alright, I think that'll do for my sponging. Dry wipe here, and I'm just going to wipe off any excess ink. See how you get a bit of excess ink on there? Alright, now here comes the fun part. So I'm going to, alright, so we're going to cut about there. So I'm just going to use a bit of post-it note to hold that down, and then I'm going to bring in my Big Shot and die cut that stitched circle. Now you can use any cutting machine that you've got. Stampin' Up have got some great plates available at the moment, so don't forget to look in my online store for those too. Alright, now then we're going to run that through just like that. That's going to cut that out, cut that one out anyway, and then plate off. I'm using my magnetic platform, but I still like to use a bit of post-it or washi tape is good. Alright, and you can take that bit out. Okay, now here we go with this bit. I'm just going to pop this one back on top there. So that's where I want the circle. So I'm going to pop this back in here. Alright, so that's where I want the circle. So I'm going to lift this one up, keep my finger on that one, bring my circle die in, and you're going to want it about there. Let's cover up those stitches a bit. That's it. Alright, so put your post-it note on the die, lift the die up, lift your circle out, and then you've got where you need to die cut that circle. So I'm just going to move that a bit more. Alright, and then we come in and die cut that. And we can get rid of our Big Shot and remove the post-it tape with the die. And then we've got 2 cards which match up. So all you have to do now is attach them to the card fronts. Now, I did want to come in on this one and just add a little bit more to the poppies with my white Stampin' chalk marker, and I'm just going to add a few little dots. Just make sure you've got it inked up. A few little dots just around here, and then you can do the same on this one. Just add some little dots just to define what you've done there. Right, you can add more later if you want. That's our die cut spotlight technique. Alright, so I'll put these finished cards up on my blog along with this video and all the products we've used today. Don't forget this is a great time to join Stampin' Up as well, so message me or contact me somehow if you'd like to join, and please shop with me. Thanks so much. Bye for now.